Hi, good evening. So I've been practicing my French. I mean, I haven't, but play along. And I've decided to read for you some naughty phrases I found online. Full disclosure, I am not a French speaker. I'm not familiar with the French language. But, you have to do what you have to do. You only have one life to live, so try speaking a language you know absolutely nothing about. Please don't, but please do. Let's begin. Embrassez-moi. J'ai une verre de toi. Mango-moi. J'ai venté brasier. J'aime quand. Thank you so much. If you hear some hitting in the background, please forgive me, or not, I don't care. We have this guy building a series of dog houses in the back because all of our dogs decided to have puppies at the same time, so we have a litter of dogs. If you want a puppy, message me on Instagram or Twitter either. And if I sound stuffy, please bear with me. My sinuses and this weather, this very sporadic weather, as I pronounce it, sporadic. I don't know, girl, it's very strange. Weather has me fucked up. It has me all the way fucked up. So, yeah, what was I saying? Today's a Monday. It is now 6:01. I just had the best dinner. I had mashed potatoes and I had this delicious stir fry. If you want the recipe, hit me up for that because your boy can cook. I mean, you should believe me. Have you seen my belly? I can cook. So I just had that and, I've just been relaxing. I just got out of a production meeting. I'm hosting 2 shows tomorrow. One at 2 o'clock and the other at 5 or 6 minutes. No, one of them. You can imagine 2 shows in one day, but, money have to make, P-Rad. Camera officer my face, P-Rad. So I'm doing that tomorrow. And earlier this morning, I went to the gym. And it was probably the hardest morning I've ever experienced, since starting my gym journey. Because I just didn't feel like it this morning. I got up, I put on my clothes, I had my water, I brushed my teeth, I sprayed my little Bath and Body Works. Some of it smell real good. I go to the door and I like a French vanilla chiffon. I'm going off track. But it smell good, woman. I lie, but I ask Christ, but it smell nice. So anyways, I get through the door. And I'm walking to the gym and nothing feels real. I mean, I know I'm moving. I see the cars driving past. I feel the wind against my face. I observe the plants moving. So obviously something is happening, but nothing feels real. It's like there's a disconnect from the world. Yeah? I get to the gym, I go up the stairs, I enter the space, I say, good morning, everybody say, good morning, and I jump on the, guys, pause. I jump on the spin bicycle machine, whatever it's called, and I start working it out, and even though I'm doing the work, I feel like I'm doing absolutely nothing. I feel like I'm stagnant. I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. And that was what it felt like throughout the entire workout. Like the whole workout, I know that I'm doing work. I can see the sweat. My light gray sweater is now dark gray. So I know I'm working, but it feels like I'm doing absolutely nothing. And I feel so empty. I feel so sad. I feel so defeated. And I left the gym with my head bowed, almost crying. Let me tell you, depression will have your whole perspective fucked up. Forgive the bad words, I'm going to be swearing a lot because, usually I try not to swear, but, you're going to get the real 100% Ramon this evening. Depression will have your perspective and your worldview fucked all the way up. You will feel helpless. You will feel worthless. You'll feel like you haven't accomplished anything even though you've achieved so much. You will feel like a failure even though you're a champion. And I witnessed that firsthand today, and it was scary. But it wasn't as scary because at least I was able to admit what it is and feel it in the moment and deal with it. God bless my friends, and one in particular, we talk about everything. I tell them everything, everything about my life. They message me and ask me if me alright. I tell them something to me, Them just say that them feel say something to me. Thank you, Jesus, for that friend of God. We reach out and we chat and so, and we talk and so. And towards the end of that conversation, I started to feel a little better. I mean, I still feel down, even now talking to you, even now emoting so much and doing so much, I still feel down. But it got me through the day. That little connection, that little conversation we had, that little interaction. And then my cousin messaged me, big up Susan. And then I had a conversation with her, and then I went on from there. And then, I had things to distract me. And I have to admit, they worked pretty well. But at the end of the day, when that friend gone to bed, and Susan gone to bed, and the meetings are done, and I'm all by myself, who is there to talk to? Who is there to feel what I'm feeling? And I'm not saying I want somebody to be depressed with me and lying down in the bed with me, crying and arguing with the universe. Because to be frank, I don't have the energy to argue with nobody. All if I run over my foot with that car right now, I say, hey, go on. Just buy me a bottle of water. I don't have the energy to argue with nobody. You understand? What I've done is made the commitment to work through my depression. I know not everybody can do this, but I can't fall victim to it. I refuse to be a victim. Even though that is what I am now, and that is perfectly fine, but I refuse to stay in this state of victimhood because this is not what I am. This is not what I will be, and this is not what I will become. Depression is a part of my life, has been a part of my life. I don't know about this, we talked about this before on the podcast. But I'm refusing. I'm absolutely 100% refusing to hand my life over to the little black dog. That's a metaphor they use in the mental health community to talk about depression. The little black dog. I'm not afraid of no dog, period. I have 3 dogs. Big up Tabby, big up Jordan, big up Cassidy. Like I said, the building dog houses around the back. So go to hear a little tap, tap, tap. Ignore it as best as you can. So I've decided to cope. Easy. It's a decision that I have to make every second, every day. It's a decision I've made for myself because, hello, I'm a young man. I don't want to live a life that's, consumed by depression or whatever. So I've decided to cope. I've started to exercise. Me I go to gym, me I lift up weights, me I do planks, me I do sit-ups with the 90 sit-ups to the 90. When me just start gym back in a way days, I couldn't do 6. Me do 90 sit-ups to the 90. I'm eating healthy. I'm more vulnerable with others. I share my problems with others. So, depend my head alone. And it's not, I'm not throwing my problems at anybody, I have people who are willing to listen in my corner and in my space. So I'm grateful for that. So when they're listening, I tell it all. So I talk to others. I've stopped drinking. Me put on the marijuana. I take breaks. Sometimes you work because sometimes anxiety comes along with depression. And because I'm a perfectionist now, everything just amplified and my insecurities just feel even more insecure. Make me feel more insecure. What me I say? You know what I say? I'm not pretty up, not this evening. I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you. You know, so I take a break. I take a breather. And I recognize, and this is the most important one, I recognize when I need help. Because it's so easy to be selfish as you go through life. And I'm not talking about selfish with material things. I'm talking about being selfish with your problems. Being selfish with your failures. Being selfish with whatever else you need to talk through. Because some people just dirty and nasty and want to see your fail to go carry on and your name in a group chat. And you hear and you see their picture on a pink wall and their dream. But you have to remember that not everybody is like that. Some people care. Some people absolutely 100% care about you and how you're doing. So I recognize I need help. And I make use of the human resources that are around me because they're available to me and I'm going to, use them. And my message to anybody who is, depressed or dealing with depression is to just keep moving forward. And it sounds so cliche. Every day somebody I tell you to just keep moving forward. Let me tell you this. When you decide on your own to step forward and work through the depression, let me tell you, man, whether you're on medication or you're not on medication, whether you're talking to people or you're not talking to people, when you decide to take back control of your life, you experience a strength and you experience a power that you never even knew you had. You experience such a revolutionary change that even though you still feel down and you still feel sad and you still don't want get up on your be a few months stairs and your room dirty or whatever, despite all that, you're still living and you're still breathing. And even though you don't feel like that in the moment, that alone is worth so much. And when you push past all the sadness and you sift through all the negativity and you step into your own, let me tell you, man, then the real healing begins. Then the real healing begins. Yeah. So that's enough of that. Yeah, I've been going on for like 12 minutes now. Forgive me. I talk a lot. I love talking. If you know me, know this. But if you never know before, now you know I love to talk. So if I don't stop myself now, I'll keep going on and on and on. But if you'd like to continue this conversation with me offline, off YouTube, you can message me on Instagram at Ramon Rahal or on Twitter at the same. My DMs are open. I try to respond to everybody. If I don't get to you, don't feel no way you can send message on because sometimes I don't send the message them, but I will respond to you if I see your message. Because I'm all about building and maintaining a strong community of support and trust. Because we can't do this life thing by ourselves. Yeah? So until next time, take care and walk good. I'm Ramon Gordon. And this was Check-In. Yeah?